Hello everybody. Today's video we're going to be sewing and then quilting and then some more sewing. So last year I started putting together bits and bobs for a quilt and then I put it away, and recently I thought maybe I'll make a quilted pillowcase for my body pillow on my bed instead of doing an entire quilt, because that felt sort of overwhelming. So I started it and I'm hoping to finish it for this video. So I've got a few of these squares ready to go. I think I need twice as many though to cover the body pillow. And maybe I might need to do a border of the squares as well, because it's like barely wide enough for two to cover the pillow, like the width of it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be making some more squares, and this is all fabric that I've painted and used in other projects, so it's like the scraps and the leftovers, which is cool. And I'm excited to make a weird almost tie-dye looking pillowcase. I'm just gonna do a simple pillowcase. I thought about making it fancy with like piping and all that, but I just kind of want to do an easy, hopefully easy project, and then cover up my big ugly pillow. So here we go. I had to cut out some more blue squares. So all of these colors are from old projects. The blue I actually painted fabric for this, so I would have the colors to do a pattern like this. That's more of a checkered pattern. And yeah, I'm glad I'm doing a smaller project now, because just cutting out all these squares is super annoying. So I'm going to let's see, mix and match some colors here and see how I like them, and then I will sew them together. I don't know if I like these ones that are mostly white, so maybe I'll put that aside. I'm trying to like alternate colors, so we've got orange and then I've got a green here, but this little pinky color might be nice. And then this one's got a bit of yellow, and it's quite white, but that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, so it takes a lot more of the blue than any other color, so that's why I needed to cut out more. Let's see, I like this green. I think I need, so I have 6 squares over here. I might need 8 more just to get the length, and then we'll see where we're at after that. So I'm just alternating. So this one has the blue in the middle and then in the corners, and then this one has the colors in the middle, so then you can see how it will alternate when you sew the squares together. Let's see what we got in here. We got some yellow here. Let's put that up here. And then let's do that there. Black and white one. I'm just trying to alternate all the colors, so I don't have one square that's got a lot of pink and then one square that's got a lot of blue or green with the blue or whatever. Let's see. Limey green. That one's basically just white. Well, maybe I'll use this one that is. So yeah, I'm going to continue on doing that, and then I'm going to sew sew them in strips, and then you sew those 3 strips together, and then you have a square, and then you sew the squares together, and on and on. So I will be back with an update shortly. Okay, so here are the 14 squares that I sewed together. I like that they're all unique. And yeah, here they are. And then I'll have to decide how I want them to, like, I'll have to arrange them in the way that I'd like them to be on the pillowcase, which is going to be fun too. I'd like to get a mix, because like, some of them, the blue is way darker and some of it's a lot lighter, so I'd like to mix that together. And then of course I had to paint some more blue, because I need to make it wider so it'll fit the pillow, and 2 across is not quite enough, but if I did a 3rd square it would be too big, so I painted some more blue and then I washed it, and that's how it came out. And I like all the crinklies. And yeah, so I'm gonna get started. I have to cut out more squares, and I think I might have to cut out more squares of the other colors, the scraps. And then what I will do is, I was gonna do the 2 strips and like sew those strips together and then do the strips on the edges after, but then I thought maybe that might end up shuffling the squares down a bit and they'll be even less lined up. Like this one looks pretty good except for maybe there. So I thought maybe if I did, say instead if I did the 2 squares across like this, and then did 3 here and then on the other side, and then sewed that all together, and then did the strips like that, so that I have a better chance of things lining up. I'm just kind of new at this. I'm playing around, so I'm gonna get to that and then I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, I just spent the last couple hours and I got it all together. Look at all my little squares. Okay, I think it's gonna be really cool. The next step is the actual quilting. So we'll see how that goes. I like how painterly it is. It's like my little artist quilt. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. Time for the next step. Okay, here is where I am now. The whole thing is basically quilted up, and I think last time what I showed you guys was just the squares, and then I sewed all those together, and then I used a few layers of an old sheet to use as the batting. And yeah, I think it's turning out pretty well so far. It looks kind of crazy, but I kind of love it. The other day I went to a quilt show, and wow, there's some really nice quilts out there. This is nowhere near that level, but at the same time, when I was looking at the quilts that these like lifelong quilters have made, none of them, like literally none of them were perfect, which is really, it kind of takes the pressure off, you know? Because I was like, oh, do I want to go? And then I'll be like, oh no, mine's nowhere near as nice as theirs. But yeah, feel good, feel better about mine now. And now all I have to do is find a piece of fabric for the back and then sew those 2 together like a pillowcase, and then I'll probably zigzag around the edges just to make it quick and simple, and then yeah, I'll show you guys what's done. There has been a slight misuse of the fabric. Yeah, so remember how I put 2 strips of squares on the top edge and the bottom? Well, it turned out to be way too big. So I ended up cutting off one of those strips, and it seems to have worked. It's still loose, but I think it's just like, it's a really old pillow, so you know, it's kind of flat, but it does make it easier to put the pillow in because it's a little bit loose. But yes, without further ado, here's the finished pillow.